right, hello everybody. Thank you for joining. I am Riley with the T Storm Chasers, and we're going to take a look at your forecast. But before we do, here's a brief word from our sponsors at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And don't forget, they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
Alright guys, let's jump into the video. First, let's take a look at the current radar picture, and as you can see, we don't have any severe weather this evening. Severe weather is all to our south here, down into Kansas and Oklahoma and Texas, as there is actually a few tornado warnings down here in Oklahoma. Actually, some confirmed tornadoes down near Enid and Fairview, Oklahoma. So if you got any folks down in that neck of the woods, be sure to let them know about that. But for us, we don't have much going on. A few showers here in Iowa, a few stray showers down in Nebraska here. We pull the radar up there. Looks like a little more widespread rain and thunderstorm activity actually here in Nebraska. And then in South Dakota, out west, more thunderstorm activity. We had some severe weather out west earlier today, but now just some garden variety thunderstorms from Wall to Faith and then over towards Eagle Butte at Pierre. On the Aberdeen radar, more thunderstorm activity here near the Fulton area, and then some isolated showers near Chamberlain, Fort Thompson, and then for the Sioux Falls area, there is one cell here down by the Dante and Avon area, down near Wagner. That's about it. All this activity is moving very slow. Actually, they're barely moving at all. So Sioux Falls is not expected to get anything tonight. Not really seeing anything there. Taking the radar off, let's turn now to our temperatures. And it was a nice day out. It was a very nice day out there today. We had temps in the 70s and low 80s. Right now, we got some 70s still, 70 in Brookings and Huron and Mitchell, 66 in Aberdeen, 64 in Watertown, 66 in Sioux Falls. Into Minnesota, 73 in the cities, 66 in St. Cloud, 66 in Morris, 70 in Rochester, 72 in Mankato, and then into Iowa, 64 in Spencer, 66 in Carroll, 73 in Cedar Rapids, 68 in Waterloo. Nebraska, 61 in Valentine, 64 in North Platte, 59 in Chadron. That rain-cooled air there in the panhandle of Nebraska. 72 in Omaha, 72 as well in Grand Island. So 60s and 70s mainly, a few 50s out there. 59 in Rapid City, out west here, 52 in Custer. So that is a look at temps. Now we're going to jump into latest. We'll show model runs and more, but let's hear now a brief word from our sponsors at CE Construction.
From roofing to siding, CE Construction is setting the standard across North and South Dakota. Our expert team delivers quality, durability, and trust on every project. CE Construction, Dakotans helping Dakotans with their roofing and siding needs. Call or visit us online.
All right, so real quick here, I did want to run through the severe weather outlooks here over the next few days. This is for the rest of tonight. There is some severe weather potential still down in Nebraska and southern Iowa, but at this point, not seeing a whole lot there with that. Very marginal risk there. Then for tomorrow, the risk shifts east into Iowa there, eastern Iowa. Marginal risk of severe weather for us, just maybe a slight chance of thunderstorm activity, but that's really about it there. And then day 3, this is a little more interesting. This is for Thursday. As you can see, this big blob of green here over central and eastern South Dakota, northeastern corner of Nebraska, northern Iowa, and Minnesota. All impacted here with this marginal risk level 1 out of 5. Now this could get upgraded to a slight risk. We'll keep you updated on that if that happens. But as of right now, showing a marginal risk for severe weather. Big broad area here. Does include the Sioux Falls area. So Thursday is the day where you want to be plugged in on the weather just to be safe, as there is a very slight chance of severe weather on Thursday. And after that, looking ahead, not really seeing much after that. Day 4, quiet. Day 5, day 6, not seeing anything. So not seeing anything after that. Just got to get through. Looks like Thursday is our best bet for any kind of strong to severe thunderstorms. Now looking at the model runs here. All right, so let's go ahead and show you the latest HRRR model here. And as you can see, the shower activity expected to continue here tonight over in Iowa and then into Nebraska. And then possibly some more activity out in the far west. And then we'll see what happens after that as that rain continues to move south across Iowa and then moving southeast in Nebraska as well. So this activity moving pretty slow. Maybe some rain overnight in south central South Dakota near Pierre, Chamberlain areas, winter into Nebraska. Then tomorrow morning, there could be some rain showers in the Sioux Falls area, southeastern South Dakota, into Nebraska and then Iowa. And then tomorrow afternoon, that rain will hang around the Sioux Falls area, looks like tomorrow. Rain, isolated thunderstorm activity there. Again, not expecting any severe weather. And then that will fizzle out tomorrow evening, and then that will be kind of the end of that. That very spotty in nature, not really widespread. So that is the story there. And then Thursday we'll clear things out in the morning at least. Not sure why it's not showing anything. There is a severe weather risk for Thursday. Now let me show you guys the European model, a little bit different look here. And as you can see, tomorrow morning for the Sioux Falls area, tomorrow afternoon, the line segment there. So that is something definitely to keep an eye on tomorrow for isolated thunderstorm activity. Again, not expecting any severe weather. And then for Thursday, looks like afternoon up in Minnesota, maybe the far northeastern part of South Dakota. And then there's your activity, that marginal risk of severe weather there across southeastern South Dakota, northeastern Nebraska, and then Minnesota area there. And then that will move towards the Sioux Falls area. So Thursday evening is a time frame to watch for more thunderstorm activity, and then maybe overnight as well, as you can see there. Another round perhaps of thunderstorms in Minnesota and Iowa. That's Thursday night, and then Friday morning clears out and across Iowa, and then we'll watch our next storm system possibly Friday there, possibly up in northeastern South Dakota, far northeastern corner. Could be some thunderstorm activity there on Friday. And then into Minnesota there, central Minnesota again, where they just got hit yesterday with tornadoes. Looks like possibly another round there. Also, do want to mention that flooding down south. They canceled the flood warnings. All of the flash flood warnings south of Sioux Falls have been allowed to expire. So did want to briefly mention that as well. And then on Saturday, things dry out and we get hot. We're going to show you the temps here in just a moment. But for those of you that want summer, I think we're going to get it. I think that summertime heat is coming. Let's look at the European model here for temperatures. Actually, let's look at the NAM first here. So starting tomorrow, tomorrow in temps, 70s to low 80s, much like we had today. Very average for this time of the year in terms of temps, maybe slightly below average in a few spots. And then on Thursday, this is when the heat starts to come in here. Thursday is going to be our first day of heat, of hot weather. Summertime heat here, low 90s for the Sioux Falls area on Thursday. Upper 90s out west, Pierre, down into Nebraska there. Very, very warm air there. Then looking at the European model, going into Friday. Look at that. Triple digits possible there in western South Dakota into Nebraska there. That's on Friday. That would not surprise me if we see triple digit heat here out west. That is some serious summertime heat there, folks. There's probably going to be heat advisories, heat warnings out there this weekend, because this is going to be some serious heat. Even Sioux Falls there on Friday in the low 90s. So very, very warm summertime heat. And then on Saturday, same spot out near Rapid City, 105, 107 degree heat. That is not the heat index either. 90s out, mid 90s out in the Sioux Falls area, near 100 in Huron. That is what the model is showing for Saturday. And then on Sunday, near 100 in Sioux Falls on Sunday. Very, very warm there. I think Sioux Falls could hit 100 on Sunday. I think areas around Sioux Falls could hit 100. Otherwise, on the back side of this in western South Dakota, stuck in the 70s. So we're going to cool down out west. And then on Monday, that warm air continues for one more day, perhaps in this, around the Sioux Falls area or east of Sioux Falls. Triple-digit heat down in Nebraska. We'll see what happens. That's taking us out to next week. But moral of the story, starting on Thursday, lasting through the weekend, you're going to see some big-time summer heat in store. All right, to wrap things up here with your 10-day outlook for the Sioux Falls area. Tomorrow, near 70 with possible rain chances, slight chance there. And then 90s, return to the forecast Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's going to be hot out there. I think those temps will be even warmer than that. I think Sioux Falls on Sunday could easily hit 100. Very sunny out there as well, so that's going to fuel even warmer air. And then next week, watching chances for thunderstorm activity next week. We'll dip back in temps into the 70s. Overnight lows in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. For the Aberdeen area, tomorrow, low to mid 80s, and then we're going to warm up after that into the 90s, overnight lows in the 50s and 60s, and then hot weekend there, and then Sunday we'll dip back a little bit, and then next week we'll dip even more into the low 70s with more rain chances. So we're going to get kind of a break in the action in terms of moisture this week. For the Pierre area, mid 80s tomorrow, and then look at that, 101 degrees on Friday. I think that's very possible. And then 96 on Saturday. Not a lot of wind in this forecast either, looks like. As of now, that can change, but for right now, we're not seeing a whole lot of windy days. Overnight lows in the 50s and 60s. Not a lot of moisture, more sunshine, and then dipping back into the 70s next week. And then for the Rapid City area, tomorrow, mid-80s for a high, and then 90s tomorrow. On Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 90s return to the forecast. Overnight lows in the 50s and 60s, and then dipping back in temps on Sunday, and then next week into the 70s. Overnight lows in the 50s and 60s for Rapid City. So that is the latest here from T-Storm Chasers. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If so, give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more content. We'll be back for another video tomorrow. Stay safe out there. Be sure to follow us on all of our socials, Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for more content just like this. Have a good night, everybody.